Stuart Kettlewell resigned as Motherwell manager in January after almost 2 years in charge, saying that the personal abuse he was receiving was affecting his family to the point where they did not wish to attend games. Well, 3 weeks on, he sat down with our reporter Gordon Duncan to discuss his exit from Fir Park.
When you feel things may have an effect on your family, then I believe you have a decision to make. As I say, I didn't do it for effect. I kind of get to a stage and I kind of get to a point where you feel that you don't want to overstay your welcome.
It is quite rare we see a manager walk away from a job, choose to leave, talking about abuse received and the impact that has on the family. What were the incidents and the triggers?
Well, there were a number of different things. Of course, the vast majority of it centres around the game day, the match day, getting to the point where, you know, my wife has to take the children away for a game because you physically can't sit there anymore. I think one of the things I need to probably clear up was, you know, I think there was one or two things mentioned that it was abuse directed at my family. That's not true. Of course, it's abuse directed, you know, directly to myself. But I've said it before, Gordon. That doesn't matter whether it's shouted at your wife or your children. Of course, that would be worse. But you have to understand the impact and the effect that has on them. One of the things that maybe comes to fruition is that I'm a guy that doesn't deal with social media. I don't go on social media. I don't have any accounts. I never have done. Probably never will do. And you know, people say, well, you don't see it. But you'll understand sometimes when you look in the faces of your kids and your wife and family members and friends, you know it's there. You understand it's there. You know, people will tell you at times, probably when I've no interest to hear it. But I think it's safe to say that, you know, if I was a single guy and you know, we weren't invested in it as a family and bringing them along, then, you know, I can endure that. I can handle that. I can take it. I've had plenty of abuse along the way, as has most people in football. I've waited quite a number of weeks now to start speaking out, and people make up their own narrative. They make up their own story. But it wasn't a decision and anything that was labelled against the entire, you know, Motherwell support, if you like. And it's never an entire support. It's never that. Sometimes it can be that real small minority, which sometimes the noise can be louder, and the purpose of what they're saying can be have more of an effect, essentially. So no, I've had a lot of real good support in my 2 years at Motherwell.
If anyone says there was a football part of that argument and you saw bad results coming down the track and decided it was time just to step out of that as well, is there any part of you that had a football consideration? I
think it was 11 senior injuries in the day that I'd left. That was in the process and on the road to getting better. You know, you see at the weekend there, Lennon Miller's back into the team, Callum Slattery, who I believe will be one of the top guys in that group of players. You know, these guys are starting to make inroads. Stamatolopoulos I'd imagine will be back relatively soon. You know, Aston Oxborough, who I believe has been one of the top performers in goalkeeping terms in the division, statistically will show you that. So I believe that it's going to get stronger as time goes on.
What's next then? How's the fire, determination to get back in, and when and where?
I have been offered a managerial post as soon as 6-7 days after I'd left Motherwell, of which I was really appreciative of the offer and the opportunity. But again, it's just that timing factor and making sure that the opportunity is right for both the club and for yourself as an individual.